In today's video, I am going to be walking you through how to do an estate plan signing. It is not as hard as you think it is. You do not require extra training, certifications. No. If you are a commissioned notary public, you know your general notary basics, you're good to go. So let's get into the video. I'm gonna hop on my laptop, and so I'll be doing a screen recording. I'm gonna show you how this gets done. Super easy, and a few things to know and watch out for. So be ready to take out your notebook and pen, pause the video, take screenshots, whatever it is, but make sure that you capture this information so that you don't spend any more money getting any extra certifications. You don't need it, okay? So let's get into it. All right, so first thing is first, I'm gonna show you some samples of what an estate plan signing might include. Every estate plan signing, it will include different documents, but these are a few examples. You do not have to memorize any document. That's not your job. What we are here to do as a notary public is to be a third-party impartial witness. Now, what does that even mean? Because I know you have heard me say this so many times, but you are neither left or the right. You are right smack in the middle. You are not there to tell anyone how to fill out a document. That is illegal. That would be considered giving legal advice, and you are not allowed to do this unless you have sat for the bar exam and you are licensed to practice law and to give legal advice. Like you're a lawyer, you are an attorney. If you are not a lawyer or an attorney notary, then you should not be giving anyone walkthrough steps like, oh, put your name here. You can tell someone today's date is and point where they're asking them to put the date. But as far as how do you fill out the document, that is not your job, you guys. So please do not overstep your job. This notary commission doesn't give you the ability to tell people like how to fill out documents. That's not what we're here for. The state has granted us this notary commission so that we can stand as a third-party impartial witness. We show up to a signing and we are making sure that the person who we are going to notarize the signature for, they are signing voluntarily under their own free will, and we are seeing them like they are capable of making this choice. They're not, just completely like drunk, unable to know where they're at. They don't know their name. Like you just know like this person cannot be making a decision for themselves right now. That is what we are there for, is to make sure that the person standing in front of us, one, they are who they say that they are, because we always verify ID. That's the number one thing. Before I ask for the documents, I'm like, we sit down, may I see your IDs? Thank you. Because we cannot move forward if I get a fake ID or I get an expired ID and it is out of what California allows me to work with. That's step number one. I can't even look at these documents until I get an ID and I verify. So we are going to just go through one of these, which would be an example of a living will. I think I might do this one because we do get this one a lot. So let's open this one up. And I do actually go through this in the notary workshop. I have one for Sunday because Saturday is already filled up. But if you guys want like hands-on training, this isn't a certification course or anything like that. This is just like if you were to come into my notary office and say, Adriana, can you mentor me? This is basically that, but just over Google Meet. And it's a very small group, less than 10 people. The Saturday one is already filled up. I believe the Sunday one probably has like 5 more spots, maybe. They've been filling up kind of fast today. I was like, whoa, it's a lot of people today. But anyways, this is one of the documents that we go through. But this is what is called a last will and testament, and it is just an example. This is already written up by their lawyer or family attorney, estate planning attorney. So we don't care about what is in this. This is nothing to do with us. All I am looking for is to make sure he's signing and dating, right? Because I need this document to be complete before I can even notarize it. It's in our notary handbook, okay? Now, this is a section I wanted to bring up. Witness signatures. For most estate planning, you will be required to have 2 witnesses, and they cannot be related to anyone in the documents, and they cannot be named in the documents. Like, they can't be receiving, something in the estate plan that we're going to notarize. And they have to be 18 years or older, competent witness, and of sound mind, and all the basics that we need as a notary. But you need 2 of them. Okay, this is our section. This is our job. Everything before this had nothing to do with this. This is our job. And now again, here it says optional, but for the most part, a lawyer and an attorney is going to tell their client, just go see a notary public in order for this to just validate it, if you will, because having 2 witnesses is also an option. And for some estate plans, I have seen the option, like it says 2 witnesses or a notary. So there have been instances where I've showed up and I'm like, oh, okay, like we don't need the 2 witnesses because I'm here. But then there's other ones where I've showed up and it's like, I'm here and they still want 2 more witnesses. And all of this is detailed in the very first instructions here. You see, it literally says instructions for John Smith, last will and testament. Find 2 witnesses that are at least 18 years old, not including your will. Have each witness sign and complete. A notary is not required, but if you choose to notarize your will, make sure the notary is present. And so there you go. That is an option for most people, and for other people, they're just told by their attorney, go and see a notary. So, like I said, instructions are always given to us. We will not receive documents without instructions. And if I were to have a question on anything in here, which I don't see why I would, because like I said, this is my job. This is all that pertains to me. I would call their attorney. I would ask them, Mr. What was his name? John? Mr. John? Mr. Smith? If you have any questions, we will just call your attorney or your lawyer. Do you have their contact number? I mean, they always do. Whoever gives them this document, they know who to call. So we got to this section now. We're going to fill out the county that we are signing in. If you are located in the LA County, but you're, let's just say for some reason you took an Inland Empire signing, make sure that you are writing the county of Inland Empire where the signing is taking place and not the county that you are commissioned in. All of this is explained in our Notary Basics class. On whatever date that we're signing, and I write the full date. So I always write it out before me. That's your name, and then your title, which is Notary Public. And this is the part that we have to make grammatically correct, even though some people in the comment section want to fight me on it. But I was taught this way from my general notary course. Appeared John Smith, who proved to me on the basis of satisfactory evidence to be the person. So we're going to cross that S out, whose name, cross off the S, is, cross off the R, because it has to, this paragraph here, it has to be grammatically correct. So when you read it, it has to make sense. If you were to read it on September 17, before me, Adriana Torres, Notary Public, personally appeared John Smith, who proved to me on the basis of satisfactory evidence to be the persons whose names are subscribed, like that doesn't make sense because it's John Smith. It's one. So just make sure that you do this grammatically correct. Now, if you are in a whole different state and your state is not saying to make the notarial certificate, this is what's the notarial certificate. If it's not telling you to make it grammatically correct, that's on you. But I learned that it has to be grammatically correct. So, yeah. And then we sign it, stamp it, and we're good to go. Then, this is an overview of the accounts of John Smith. This may be updated. Again, I don't know this. Okay, I don't know real estate or life insurance that John has. If John wants to add this, he can take the time to add this in here, but I know nothing of this. If John were to say, am I supposed to fill this out, Adriana? Yo no sé. Let's call your lawyer, John, because I'm the notary public. I don't know. We don't know. And we're not going to sit there and... So, like I said, we don't know. So we're going to just tell Mr. John Smith to ask his attorney. Financial accounts, we don't know this. Again, nothing to do with us. And that was literally it. That was everything. Everything you had to do for an estate plan signing. Now, sometimes it might have this one, like a last will and testament, and then it might have a, and then it might have a power of attorney, an advanced healthcare directive. But the whole point is that all of these will have a section for the notary, and that is this. The notarial certificate. That is our job. Any other questions, they go to the attorney or the authority who gave them these documents. And that's it. And then we just write it in our journal and we're done. That's it. Hopefully we're done. This video was helpful. I just really want to tell you guys that every job that you are getting, it really just comes down to, plain and simple, you're just a third-party impartial witness. You're a notary, you're going to show up and check IDs, you're going to make sure that this person isn't trying to commit fraud. They are of sound mind, that they look like, yeah, they're capable of making a choice on their own. They don't look like they're being forced to sign. And yeah, you just write it in your journal. You fill out the notarial certificate part, which is that small paragraph, sign and stamp, and you are good to go. Yeah, there's literally nothing more to it. I'm just trying to think, like, am I making this way too simple? Am I missing anything? But no, other than like the 2 witnesses, that would be the only key thing I would absolutely remind you of. But other than that, it's simple. And again, you do not print these out. This is not like loan signings. The only job I have gotten where like I have to print out documents have been loan signings. And only recently I had one attorney ask me to print out like 8 pieces of paper. And that was it. Still so much better than loan signings, in my personal opinion. I try really hard not to talk down on loan signings because it is what got me started, and that is what had me so interested in becoming a notary years ago. And so I get it. But now being in the business, I'm like, I'm going to tell everybody in the whole world, notary work, like general notary work, that's where it's at. You get paid right away. You don't print out documents. And yeah, you are making more than $15 per notarization. You're not always going to get one person that needs one document signed with one signature. Sometimes you're going to get multiple documents with multiple people, and it turns out to be $60, $70, $100. Again, without you having to print anything out, and you literally just showing up, not frazzled and dazzled because your double tray printer completely acted up and it wasted 600 pages. We're not dealing with that. We don't do that. We don't print things. We show up, we check IDs, put it in our journal, sign and stamp, and we're gonna get paid before I walk out the door. That's the coolest thing about this. So yeah, any other questions, you guys, please leave them in the comments. I absolutely love to help you guys out. And I'll be back with more videos. And like I said, I mentioned it earlier, but the notary workshop is on Sunday. I don't know if by the time I put this up, it's already going to be sold out, maybe. But as of now, that's the last one I'm going to have just this weekend because it is a lot. But yeah, the Sunday one, an hour and a half, and it is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will leave the link for that for anyone that's interested. And I am so sorry if by the time you see this, it's already booked up. Just send me an email. My link is on the description as well, but send me an email and I'll try to see if I can work something out next month. But as far as this month goes, that's the last workshop I'm having. So I'll see you guys soon. Any questions, please comment them. Take care, guys. God bless you. Bye.